How much do I have? Space.
Oh, loads. I just deleted like an hour and a half's worth of videos.
Thank you. Hi gorgeouses, it is Shaaba and welcome back to another Thursday video. Yes, I'm doing Thursday videos again. Woohoo! I have a cold and I also have a very large spout of energy. And a result of me having a cold was me lying like a very weak pigeon in bed for a very long time. And a result of that was me watching even more TV than I normally do. So I wanted to share with you my experience of my top movies, TV shows and songs from mostly this month. And by this month I mean last month because I'm doing this for August. You'll also notice that because of my cold I have an even more annoying voice right now. So I'm really sorry for any nasally undertones that may be affecting your brain or just any random coughing spurts or whatever. I'll edit as much of that out as I can. I should have checked the bogies in my nose. I'm bound to have some. Ah, sod it. So, let's begin. Movies! The first movie I want to speak about is Despicable Me 3. It is adorable. You can get it on Amazon Prime, I believe, but we have it on DVD because we're old school, so that's how we watched it. So many people I know absolutely hate the Minions. I think they've just like oversaturated the animated market and people are getting a little bit annoyed. But I love them. I really enjoy their presence. I think they're so cool. And so when the sequel came out, it was just like, yes, this is on our must-watch list. And the movie is just as adorable as you'd expect. The soundtrack as well is bloody amazing. It's Pharrell and it's just so good. His song Freedom. Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum. The movie is nothing on Despicable Me 1, but basically what happens in this one is Gru finds out that he has a brother and there's this whole sort of good, evil thing, and unicorn that's not a unicorn but is a unicorn, and Agnes is just bloody adorable as always, and yeah, it's good. It was good. It was exactly what you would expect from Despicable Me 3. There's also the underlying message of family. You know how all of these stories have a moral. This one was definitely family based. The whole thing with the brother, but also the mum narrative. It was good. It was heartwarming. I have to stop saying good. This is just getting a bit annoying. But my rating would be probably 6 out of 10. Oh, maybe that's a bit harsh. 6.5 to 7 out of 10. I do recommend it. Just in the grand scheme of movies, I think a 6 to a 7 is reasonable. Movie number 2. This we watched in cinema. I don't think it's on Netflix or Amazon Prime yet. It should be out on DVD by now though, and it was so bloody good. The movie I'm talking about is A Quiet Place. This movie is the bomb. It's so good. It is so good. It's a thriller, which is already up my street, and it's such a jump scare. I remember when I went with Jamie to watch this in cinema, I decided to get nachos, which was a really bad idea, because it's very, very quiet. Title, Quiet Place. You should have kind of guessed that. And I was just sitting there like... And Jamie normally doesn't jump in movies, but every single jump scare got him out on this one. It was really, really tense. Definitely took you on a ride. Essentially, this movie follows a family who's trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic world. And in this world, there are creatures that hunt and detect you, I guess, via sound. So everyone has to be really quiet. And it explores so many different family dynamics, and there's a deaf character which obviously plays a big role because there's loads of obstacles, because you have to be quiet. On so many fronts it was just amazing, and I think the thing that made me really, really respect this film is the casting. The casting deserves mad props, mad respect, very, very good. Yeah. The dad is played by an actor called John Krasinski, who also directed the film and did a bloody brilliant job. And his wife in the movie is played by his wife in real life, which is just so cool. Emily Blunt. Girl crush. And the daughter in the film is played by Millie Simmonds. And Millie is deaf in real life and played a deaf character. And it's about bloody time that we start seeing some proper disabled representation playing disabled roles. We have an issue with this in LGBT, in disabled culture, not so much with race anymore, which is good. But I'm just saying, the movie is making advancements, and that is very, very good. Listening to them talk behind the scenes about the movie as well, it was really cool how like the whole cast learned sign language to try and speak properly with Millie as well as just for the movie. So, I don't know, just good vibes, you know, like it's good practice. Moving done right. Rating 10 out of 10 for sure. Definitely recommend. People also had conspiracy theories that Quiet Place was a Cloverfield sequel, but it wasn't. So if you're into Cloverfield, that's not the reason you should watch it, but you should still watch it. There is someone coming up to the door. This is slightly awkward. As you can tell, I'm not filming at home. Anyway, a movie that is a Cloverfield sequel that I wanted to talk about today is 10 Cloverfield Lane. This movie is on Netflix and it's also really good. It is also a thriller. This movie follows a woman who had a car crash and she woke up in a bunker, and the guy who ran the bunker basically was claiming that he saved her life and that the world outside was defect with nuclear issues and radiation, and if you go out you will die. And the movie is essentially her exploring the truth behind that and living in the bunker. And it was really good. It was very slow at times, but it definitely wasn't predictable, and there were a ton of plot twists, so that kind of kept it going, you know? Again, great use of the jump scare, as you would expect, and the main guy, who I think is played by John Goodman? I'm sorry if I got that wrong. The main actor who plays the guy that runs the bunker does a very good job. Rating, 8 out of 10. Definitely recommend, 8 out of 10. There we go. So another movie we watched last month was All I See Is You. This is on Netflix, and the movie essentially follows a wife who had a car crash when she was younger and lost her sight. And there is a surgery that can gain her sight back. And the Netflix blurb describes it as something like, and she realises as she starts to see again that life is not what she thought it was. It makes it sound a lot cooler than it is, I think. I think a more accurate description would probably be that she realises, that the dynamics in her relationship change a lot because of the freedom she gains by seeing again, and that is what's explored. It's a bit slow, but the reason I wanted to put it in this list is because I absolutely love it when movies play with senses, and I think the direction and the artistry in the film is incredible. Because she's blind, it really highlighted things like sounds, and the way that they portrayed things that were being seen when she couldn't see was also really, really interesting. Hush did that very well as well. Hush is a great movie, but that's not on my list of things to talk about today, so stop digressing. The artistry is very, very cool. The storyline, not so much. I found it a bit, I want to say insipid. Is it worth a watch? It's great background noise. I don't know if I would recommend sitting down and like watching it like, oh my god, it's such a great film, like my sister did. I need to speak to her about her taste in movies. Rating, 5 out of 10. Would I recommend it? As a story, probably not. But if you're really into like artsy shots and artistic cinema, give it a go. The fifth and final movie that I wanted to talk about today was incredible, and actually I really genuinely feel like it's in my top 10 movies of all time ever. And this movie is Brain on Fire. You can see this on Netflix if you have it right now. Chloe Moretz. Moretz? It is Moretz. She is just an amazing actor. I just think she is so damn cool. If she's in a movie, I'm gonna watch that movie, and she plays the lead in this one, which essentially follows a New York reporter as she goes through psychosis episodes. She's not well, there's like seizures, and it's all based on a true story as well, and it's essentially showing how people think she's absolutely insane and the journey that goes along with that. It's so well done. This is another one that plays with senses quite a lot too, but it was just a fantastic storyline. And I don't want to give away spoilers, so I'm not going to give away spoilers, but I just absolutely love it when you see, like, movies serve a purpose, right? And this one is here to teach you about something that really truly happened, and that was a real breaking moment in a field, and then he did it very well. It did it very, very well. I really, really can't recommend it enough. Please do go and watch it. Rating 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend. Oh yeah, I think that's a good movie to end on. So now, let's do TV shows. I don't know what this is. This is my new TV show. Number 1 on my list is Grace and Frankie, and you can find this on Netflix. I think there are 4 seasons out so far. When I asked people on my vlogs for things to watch on Netflix, Grace and Frankie came up a few times, and I read the synopsis and I was like, ugh, I don't want to watch this. And the first episode I genuinely didn't like. It essentially follows 2 straight older couples, where the 2 guys from the couples declare their homosexuality and their love for each other, and the 2 ladies left out of it, Grace and Frankie, live alone, but together, if that makes sense. And it looks at the journey of all 4 of them and their family. And if you stick with it, it's actually really good. I think it's so refreshing to see a show about the older generation in that way. I think old people I'm gonna say old people, I hope I'm not being offensive, but like Jamie's parents, for example, would love that show. It's a real encapsulation of You're Only As Old As You Feel. I also want to point out that it's a great representation of homosexual couples because you don't really see much gay film at the moment. It is sort of becoming more of a thing now, but Grace and Frankie shows it from the point of view of the older generation, which I definitely don't think is something that I've at least seen explored. So yeah, I do think it was quite good. What would I rate it? I would probably rate it 8 out of 10. It was very good and I would recommend it, and when the next season comes out I'll certainly be watching more. The second show I want to talk about I've already spoken about in my vlogs in quite a lot of depth, to be honest, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but it's called Insatiable. It's also on Netflix at the moment, and the reason I wanted to talk about it is because it's got a really bad rap online. It's a dark comedy, it looks at beauty pageants, and there are themes of bisexuality, homosexuality, monogamy, intersectionality. There's a lot of mixed race stuff in there, and the age old, your beauty comes from within. I think it's a really powerful show. I think it pushes a lot of boundaries, and I think people are attacking it for being fattest. What is the word I'm talking about? You know, like fat shaming and lesbian shaming, like being homophobic, but I just think people aren't watching the show. A lot of the people that I've seen complaining about it, saying, oh yeah, I watched the trailers and it was shite. I watched the trailers and I'm not going to watch the show, but I'm very happy to put my 2 pence in and drag it through the mud. And I just think that's so stupid. Like, if you're going to give an opinion on something, make sure that your opinion is well formed by what you see. So it's absolutely fine if you don't like it. I'm not saying you can't like something. For all of these things, please let's have a conversation in the comments below. Let me know what you think, but give it a watch before you let me know what you think. The final 2 TV shows I wanted to talk about are surprisingly cartoons. I don't watch a lot of cartoons, adult cartoons in particular. I don't know, I'm a bit hit and miss with them. Rick and Morty is so not my thing. The Simpsons, however, was very good. But no, they're cool. I think they're great background noise as you're getting on with other work, and these 2 in particular I really did enjoy. The first is Disenchantment, and it was created by Matt Groening, who also did The Simpsons, and it's essentially The Simpsons. Like, if you like The Simpsons, if you like The Simpsons, I'm pretty sure you'll like Disenchantment. It's just set in a I can't speak. It's set in a medieval time. There's like a princess called Beanie who just completely blows the social norms out the water. There's an elf and there's a demon, and they go on all sorts of adventures, and it's cute. It did actually get very emotional at one point. I genuinely did tear up at a section of it, and I'm pretty sure it left on a very annoying cliffhanger. So yeah, definitely be watching that when it comes out again, but I would also very much recommend it. The second cartoon that we've been watching recently is Final Space. It's new, there's 1 season out of it, and I actually preferred it to Disenchantment. This one follows a prisoner called Gary who is stuck in this ship in space, and it's run by an AI called Hugh, and there's a very annoying insanity companion called Kevin, who Jamie thinks I'm quite like, so that's a thing. But no, it's really good. I can't say too much more about the show without giving away spoilers, which I don't want to do, but it was so much more emotional than I thought it would be. The character development in a cartoon movie, it's just really cool. I genuinely very much enjoyed it. I can say this though, there's a really cute character called Mooncake, and I just think it's a great pet name. And I love Mooncake. And there is a mixed race couple. We exist! So I guess my rating for Disenchantment would be 7 out of 10, and for Final Space would be 8 out of 10. Would highly recommend both, but point goes to Chockety Pock Pock. And for my final trick, tunes. I don't know why this is becoming a thing. Can you tell I'm in a really weird mood? I listen to a lot of different music. Music is my life. I listen to it in the shower, I listen to it in the car, I just listen to it all the time. I listen to it in the office, I have headphones on like all the time, can't hear anyone else, my boss gets really annoyed, it's great. And music is just life. It just is life. And I think music expresses some great feelings and messages and motivates people to make change in the world, and can bring about different emotions and can provide a great escape, and it's just, I really love music. I think it's a very powerful form of communication, and I don't know why I'm talking about this. I like music. So the first artist I want to give a shout out to, who really doesn't need a shout out at all because she is huge, is Ariana Grande. Oh my god. Ariana Grande is a voice of our generation for sure, and I genuinely believe she's one of the greatest voices of all time. Her vocal range is insane, and I think her songwriting, I don't know if she writes her own songs, it's something I'm gonna need to look into, but the songs that she releases are just really, really clever. Really clever. No Tears Left to Cry is a tune, and I think that in particular was really, really clever, especially considering everything that happened in Manchester. It was an amazing comeback. And she has topped that with God Is a Woman. Oh my god, that song is life. She's also recently released her album Sweetener, which I don't need to be promoting right now because everyone and their monkey knows about Ariana Grande and Sweetener. Her songs are definitely in my list of things to play on repeat all month. She's also done a really, really cool song with Troye Sivan, which isn't really new, but I guess it's kind of recent, and that is Dance to This. I think it's called Dance to This. Jamie doesn't like it very much, but I don't know, I just think it's very cute and it's got a really boppy tune and it's a real earworm. The second artist I want to talk about today is not huge at the minute, she's certainly growing, and she is about to blow up. Her name is Billie Eilish. Eilish. I think it's Eilish. She is super young, she is super talented, and her background is just really, really interesting. I think Vivo have done a documentary of her recently, which I will certainly be watching soon. And some of her tunes are a little bit hit and miss, but the ones that I particularly like are Copycat, I Don't Wanna Be You Anymore, Bellyache, and You Should See Me in a Crown. And I think what really makes her music is the production, which is done by her brother. It's just incredible, the fusion of her really kind of angelic, soft voice, you know, the ones that you hear in the adverts which do remakes of songs that don't sound like the original songs, that with like these really heavy trap drops and beats. It's very cool. Definitely give a listen to her if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure if you haven't already heard about her, you will be hearing about her very soon. The other thing that I really, really like about Billie is that she's just not afraid to be herself. She's so open and honest about how she feels and what she does, and she goes against quite a lot of norms, and she dresses in like mad styles and she just doesn't care. And I think it's such an inspiring attitude to have and to be able to share with the world. So go check her out. The third and final artist I wanted to talk about today is Halsey. I think a lot of people know Halsey. She seems to be a lot bigger in the US than she is here in the UK. She had like a huge break with the song Closer with the Chainsmokers. So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover. But she has done 2 songs recently that I really, really, really like. The first is Bad at Love, and the second is Eastside, which is with Benny Blanco. I believe it's Blanco. And Khaled. Khaled is also amazing. Stop it, Halsey. The song Eastside also has a really, really cool video that I think is just very different in style and is definitely worth a watch. Go and take a look. It is just really uplifting and really cute and shows like authentic hometown stuff. Just go watch it. Just go watch it. Just go watch it right now and then come back. But the thing that I think makes Halsey really, really, really cool is her activism. She has done quite a lot and shared quite a lot about her personal life in terms of mental health, and I think it's such an important thing for especially mainstream media artists to talk about, because people with huge followings have great power and social influence, and she's really using that for good. She is also bisexual and speaks about that very openly, and her song Bad at Love clearly shows her talking about a same-sex relationship, and you think that wouldn't be a big deal in today's day and age, but it is, and because it is, mad props to her for doing it. But you can't blame me for trying. Oh, I cannot sing right now and it's so frustrating. Having a cold is the worst thing in the world. Anyway, that is my rundown of mostly August's movies, TV shows and tunes for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I love media. And that probably sounds like a really stupid thing to say, I'm sure everybody does. But genuinely, like watching movies, TV shows, listening to music, they are my biggest hobbies, and I just never thought of being able to talk about them, and this is really, really fun to film. And I feel like it's something we can really have a conversation about. If you guys have seen any of these films, please let me know what you think about them, or TV shows, or music, peoples, what? And if you have anything that you'd like to recommend for me to watch, listen to, etc., please, again, let me know. Oh my god, this is gonna be so much fun. Do you think this could be a regular thing on the channel? I think we could do this. That'd be cool. I don't know, let me know what you think. Anyway, I feel like this video has gone on forever. If you liked it, do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you would like to see more. And I will catch you next week, hopefully when I have less of a cold and I can go back to doing actual music. Be kind and have a great day.